Hi, my name is Jake Mattia, and today we're going to be discussing unhoused youth and what libraries can do to help unhoused youth. So, what exactly are unhoused youths? Unhoused youth are typically defined as children and teens who do not have a permanent place to stay. Young people typically become homeless to escape violence, abuse, and neglect happening in their own homes. These kids usually find themselves living in shelters, vacant buildings, cars, the street, or are couch surfing from one place to another. These are the statistics for unhoused youth. Each year, an estimated 4.2 million children and young adults experience homelessness in the United States. Roughly 700,000 of these young adults are unaccompanied minors. Unaccompanied minors, for those of you that don't know, means that they are not part of a family or accompanied by a parent or guardian. Youth homelessness is often underreported and therefore very difficult to track. Some youth are at higher risk of experiencing homelessness than others. These are the statistics and demographics of unhoused youth. According to safehorizons.org, 53% of them identified as male, 38% of them identified as female, 51% of them identified as straight, 44% of them identified as LGBTQ+, 38% of them identified as African American, 25% of them identified as Hispanic, 20% of them identified with two or more races, and 8% of them identified as white. Public libraries that have helped unhoused youths. Now, public libraries have always been a safe place for patrons dealing with homelessness. In fact, according to homeless advocate groups, impoverished and homeless people who do not have reliable access to temperature-appropriate environments, books, internet access, water, and restrooms rely on public libraries. So the following are public libraries that have provided various programs, outreach, and services for unhoused teens. Starting with the Seattle Public Library. The Seattle Public Library is a very large public library in Seattle, Washington, with 27 different branches. In 2023, the library debuted four new in-house staff members dubbed social service librarians, who are specifically equipped to help patrons with various questions, often calling shelters on their behalf or reaching out to other organizations for help. Unhoused individuals can also use the Seattle Public Library's website to find shelter in the city during extreme weather surges and library closures. Now we're going to talk about the New York Public Library. The New York Public Library is a public library system in New York City. The library has nearly 53 million items in 92 locations. It is the second largest public library in the United States, behind the Library of Congress, and the fourth largest public library in the world. The New York Public Library has always offered many services to unhoused communities. However, in June of 2024, which is literally right now, like this month and year, New York City officials agreed to restore more than $111 million in funding to libraries and cultural institutions. This means libraries will be open 7 days a week, and unhoused patrons have access to meals, a cooling system, reliable resources, computers, and shelter every day of the week. Being open on Sundays makes a huge difference to an unhoused youth. The Los Angeles Public Library is a public library system in Los Angeles, California. The system holds more than 6 million volumes, and with around 19 million residents in the greater Los Angeles area, it serves as the largest metropolitan population of any public library system in the United States. The Los Angeles Public Library helps connect residents who are experiencing homelessness with resources to help them transition to stable, independent, or supported living. The library also has a site that will help people in poverty find work, food, housing, and many other helpful services near their branches in the city of Los Angeles. Now we're going to talk about the Boston Public Library. The Boston Public Library is a municipal public library system in Boston, Massachusetts, founded in 1848. It has a collection of more than 23.7 million items, which makes it one of the largest municipal public library systems in the United States. Boston Public Library has an active partnership with local youth shelter Bridge Over Troubled Waters. The library also provides safe place training given by staff at a local shelter. Now we're going to talk about the Dallas Public Library. The Dallas Public Library is a public library system in the city of Dallas, Texas. It is the largest public library in North Texas with more than 4 million items in 30 locations. The public library has recently introduced a homeless engagement initiative, which includes programs like Help Desk, Coffee and Conversation, Urban Photography, Music with Mr. Smith, and Street View Podcast, etc. These programs are all made specifically to help individuals dealing with homelessness. And last but certainly not least, the Las Vegas Clark County Library District. The Las Vegas Clark County Library District, or LVCCLD for short, is an independent government agency located in Las Vegas, Nevada. In spring 2022, the Las Vegas Clark County Library District partnered with the Nevada Homeless Alliance and the Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth to launch a successful cell phone lending program to provide smartphones to people experiencing homelessness. The phones are loaned out for 18 months and are preloaded with specific LVCCLD apps, resources, and contact information for multiple social services as well as employment agencies, that's just amazing in my opinion. The program was funded by a $200,000 loan provided by the Institute of Museum and Library Services and the Nevada State Library through the American Rescue Plan Act. It is believed to be the first program of its kind to be developed by a public library system. Young people who are homeless may be hard to spot because they generally look just like typical teens, but with hundreds of thousands of American youth experiencing homelessness, the library services, whether provided in a local branch or in a shelter, can serve as a stable environment and help connect these teenagers to other social services.